Hey y'all, it's Alan, and today there's not going to be a car vlog, but I thought I would just sit down and film a little tiny vlog from my computer and talk about some things that have been on my mind again. So one thing I've been noticing is that I've been getting insanely better mentally after the whole events of the guy and everything. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, my two last videos, I was talking about this guy that I had the pleasure of meeting. Also, I wrote some stuff down in my blog, and you can read them. I'll link you to my website down there. Um, Long story short, it was a guy, we had a fling, and I had feelings. And it's, I feel like in my mind, it feels like it's taken a while. But in reality, it only took me pretty much like a week to sulk and really get like my life back on track. And I kind of owe that to like everything I do. Cuz if I didn't have what I do and what I love to do and the people around me, I feel like I wouldn't have gotten out of it as quickly. And I feel like that's what I had in this relationship that I was in like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It was basically like my first relationship. Um, he basically was, uh, he cheated on me. I don't know, I don't want to mince words. He cheated on me, and I was in the worst state mentally, emotionally that you could ever imagine. And that actually, I feel like I was in that rut for 2 years that I couldn't even think of being in a relationship. And I met some guys and like here and there, but it never amounted to anything because I had insecurities and just mentally unhealthy for those 2 years. But it was because I didn't like to talk about my feelings as much or express them as much throughout my art. There's a lot of factors that went into my slow recuperation, but I can say that now I've forgiven him. I have I've really like had some kind of closure. I haven't talked to him in a long time, mainly because he's a type of person I wouldn't like to be around. And I did see him once, like a year ago, kind of. And there was I don't know, I didn't like his energy, to be honest. So I've had to come to terms with it by myself, but I've come to terms with it, and that's the important part. Now, this guy that I just had the thing with, there was a lot of strong feelings. I'm not gonna lie, I did feel very strongly about this guy, and I hate it because it's like it's always one sided with me. Like I have such strong feelings about people because I feel like everyone has the chance to be loved. I feel like everyone has that in them, but not everyone wants to capitalize on it or be fearless enough to really just go for it, you know? And I feel honestly like I don't want to it'll sound like it sounds, but I feel like I'm the strong one. And it's hard to accept it sometimes because I always feel so weak for having so many emotions and needing time to deal with these emotions and having to get over everything. And it's like, I don't know, like, I feel helpless. But at the same time, it's like, if you had a broken leg, you wouldn't be walking on it constantly after you broke it. You would need some time for it to heal before you can start walking again, like normally. And I forget that sometimes. So I really did take my time this time. I kept myself busy. I'm taking classes and I'm writing more music and writing blog posts and such. I talked a lot with my parents and with my best friend, and it was all very liberating. I've started to meet more people. That is one thing that I have neglected to do my whole life, actually. meeting new people is scary, like so scary. And the thing that I did was I told myself that I always told myself that I was okay with meeting new people. And in fact, that gave me kind of like an expectation to meet new people. And which also created that expectation that if I didn't, it was bad somehow. And then that, I don't know, all of that just clashed together, and it didn't get me anywhere. So I was just filled with anxiety. Whenever I started new classes, it was always like quiet for me, and if people tried to talk to me, I would shut down. I don't know. It's weird. It still happens in some classes right now. But in this one class I'm taking, I really told myself, and I said, you have to be okay with being alone, whatever that means. You have to really be fine with just doing your own thing, and you have to be okay with it. Like you don't need another person to be happy, you know? Like you don't need to meet people to be happy. And that's a strong thing, I feel. But at the same time, it's not like saying don't meet people. It's just saying you don't need it. Because there's a difference between not doing something and having the mindset of not needing something. And I think that's very strong, especially for things like addiction. The mind is a powerful thing. And if you really like sit down and think to yourself and just feel yourself out, I feel like you can accomplish a lot. So that's what I did. Good night, then. Ben, ya entra. It's okay. Good night, baby. Good night. So that's what I did. I told myself that I had to be okay with not meeting people, and that I was okay with just, like studying on my own and doing my own thing, which was like really liberating for me, because it got rid of that expectation to meet people, and it gave me confidence. It gave me happiness. It gave me this mindset that I was like, I can do my own thing now. And I don't know, it's just a good feeling. And so throughout the class, I've been commenting and asking questions and such. There's this guy next to me who has questionable energy, but I feel like he means well. He's just a little scared and also wants to meet new people. And I'm like trying to do my best with him. But besides him, I've attracted some other people in the class that also want to do their best. And we actually had a study group this past week, which was insane because I didn't think I would even make any friends this semester. So that was super nice. And they're lovely girls. They're all ladies. And we had a study group, and they're all super bright and super smart, and we helped each other. And I'm pretty sure all of us got a good grade on this last quiz. But, I'm just really happy because I met new people, and during that time, I swear, that in the study group, my mind was on, the group and the material and just, not on anything else. It wasn't thinking. It was just focused on responding and doing what I was doing at the moment. I don't know how to explain it. I was in the zone. That's the best word I can use to explain it. Because before that, I was stuck in my mind. I was just thinking and thinking about, oh, what does this guy think of me? What is he doing right now? What is our future together? What is my future? It was just all over the place, and I couldn't concentrate, and I couldn't do what I actually love to do. Like, practicing was really hard because I would start and then would just start thinking of him and then just kind of stop and think for a while. And then, writing was weird. Well, writing actually was pretty liberating because I express myself best in writing, I feel, like writing. And that was actually super liberating because like I wrote a little short story kind of, and I just wrote like a whole post, like an article kind of post, detailing my feelings and what happened, and that was actually very good for me. But you know, what really helped was talking about it. Because I kid you not, at one point I was driving around, my heart was a stone, and I don't know, like I was gonna go over to my friend's house, and she lives in the valley. It's pretty much like an hour drive from me, and everything was telling me, like I could feel it in my heart. Everything was telling me to go back home and to talk to my parents, and I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to talk to my parents, and it's not that like my parents are seriously the best people in the world, and they'll listen to me for anything, and they'll give me their advice. And I don't know, like there's just something that really inhibits me from talking about personal things with them, especially things about guys. And that's probably a personal problem. I really want to know what the root of that is and how I can go about fixing it. But I don't have that comfortability with my parents yet in myself. When we're together, when I start, it's really good. But so anyway, so I went back home, and then I literally just came in the door and I said, I have to tell you guys something, and it's gonna be really hard. So give me like bear with me. And I started to cry, like ugly cry. Thank goodness my sisters weren't home, because I think it was like it was all planned out. I feel, in the universe's scheme of things. But I talked to my parents, and we had a long conversation, and I cried a lot, and it was so liberating. Like, I cannot begin to tell you how liberating it was to tell your problems to some people that really care. And I feel like I'm not grateful enough for that sometimes, but they're awesome. So yeah, that's what's been happening. I started to get over that, and I'm starting to do things that I like more. Practicing is so good. Oh my god, it's so good now. I can't even begin to tell you. Practicing this first violin part of a string quartet by Borodin. I think it's like Russian. And that's going really good, really well. And I'm starting to write more music. I'm like returning to writing more music, I should say. I'm writing more, I'm reading more, I'm getting more into politics from a political science class I'm taking. And, you know, life is great, you know. I might have like a prospective job, I think. Is that the wording? I'm not sure, but there might be a new job in the works for me, so it might be something that I post on social media too. So hopefully, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm pretty confident in this, to tell you. So yeah, it's been all nice, you know. And I love that I can just sit down and have these little video chats with my computer. But I know like two of you watch my videos, and I just want to say thank you, because it's so cool that someone that I don't know watches my videos and like cares. It's a weird feeling, but nevertheless, thank you so much, and I hope that I can repay you someday, because you're awesome. And that's all that's been going on in my life for now. Other than that, it's all music and studying, and yeah, I don't know. I have like lots of projects that I want to finish, especially like video editing, but I don't know. I get bored. I get bored really easily. So maybe, I don't know, I'll try to find the motivation to continue editing these videos, and I'll try to post them up on my other channel, because those are the videos from my other channel that I'm editing right now. So Go check out my other channel. Everything's in my website below, and you can go check out all that stuff. And yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Remember to live your life and don't let anyone bring you down. Love yourself and those around you, and just let go and enjoy life to the fullest. Bye.